Hello children, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nilakshi Singh and today we are going to start with chapter number 6 of class 9 curriculum, which is tissues. So first of all, let me ask you about the definition of tissues. What do you all know about tissues? What are tissues basically? Tissues are group of cells. Okay, tissues can be defined as the group of cells or the cluster of cells that are present together in a specific body to perform a specific function. Okay, tissues are a group of cells. So, group of cells which are present together to perform a specific function in a specific individual. So, what are cells? In the last chapter, you have read about cell. Okay, that chapter is all about cells. So, what are cells basically? Cells are structural and functional unit of all living beings. Means all living beings are made up of cells. These cells may be one or many in number. Okay. For example, let me tell you about the types of cells which are present in living organisms. If there is a single cell present in a living body, means if a body is made up of only one cell, a body means I am talking about living things only. Okay, only living things are made up of cells. So if I say that a single body is made up of a single cell, then it is known as unicellular organism. Okay, here I am writing it down. Unicellular organisms. Okay, so a body which is made up of a single cell only, a living body that is made up of a single cell is known as unicellular organism. Okay, here uni means one. This uni means one or single. Okay, this cellular means cells. So if a body is made up of a single cell, it is known as unicellular. And if a living body, if it is made up of more than one cell, okay, if a living body is made up of more than one cell, that can be two cells, that can be a number of cells, they can be thousands or millions of cells as well. So those living bodies which are made up of more than one cell are known as multicellular organisms. Okay, here I am writing it down. Multicellular organisms. Here multi means many and cells. So means you can define these two terms like this. A body which is made up of one cell or a single cell is known as unicellular organism, and a living body or an organism which is made up of more than one cells, that can be thousands or millions of cells, are known as multicellular organisms. Okay, so here I would like to give an example. If I hope you all know about bacteria. Okay, you all must have heard about the microbes or microorganisms, right? So microbes or microorganisms. What are microorganisms now? Micro means which are very small. They are that small that they cannot be seen with a naked eye. We cannot see those minute or microorganisms with our eyes. Okay, we need a special equipment, a different equipment which is required to see these organisms. Okay, micro means which are very, very small. Organisms means living bodies. Okay, so micro means minute. Okay, minute means very small. So here micro means very small, right? That equipment, okay, that apparatus which was made to see these microorganisms as they cannot be seen with our naked eyes, that equipment is known as microscope. All this you have studied in the previous chapter as well. Okay, I'm just giving a quick review of that. Okay, so microbes or microorganisms cannot be seen with our naked eyes. They can be seen only with the help of microscope. Okay, microscope. Okay, micro again means small, so microscope is used to see the small, very small individuals, okay, which cannot be seen with our naked eyes. Fine. So if we talk about unicellular or multicellular organisms, I'm coming back to this again. Now uni means one, organisms which are made up of single cell. Their examples are unicellular examples. Now if I talk about bacteria, bacteria are again of many types. There are many types of bacteria present in our surroundings. Okay, so bacteria are very minute organisms. Okay, they can be seen only with the help of microscope. We cannot see bacteria with our naked eyes, right? For example, there must be many bacteria which are present on our skin as well, which are present in our surroundings as well, and on this marker, on this board, there may be many bacteria present here, but we cannot see them with our naked eyes. Okay, we always need a microscope to see them. Okay, so means cell is very minute structure, so those organisms which are made up of a single cell cannot be seen with our naked eye. Okay, they can be seen with the help of microscope only. So their bacteria can be the example of unicellular organisms. Okay, so starting with multicellular organisms. Multi again means many cells. The organisms which are made up of more than one cell or many cells are known as multicellular. If I talk about human beings, see, human beings, if a small baby which is born, which is an infant, that when the human body is born, basically at that time also, which is a very small baby, right? So at that time also we are able to see that individual with our naked eyes. We do not need any kind of microscope to see a newborn human individual. Why is that so? Because a human body is made up of many cells. So millions of cells, when they get together to give shape to a specific individual, millions of cells, na? So if there are millions of cells present, they will give a shape to a big individual. That individual will be seen with the naked eyes only, right? We do not need microscope because it is made up of millions of cells. Okay, those individuals which are made up of only one or two cells, that cannot be seen with naked eye because cell is very small structure. Cell itself cannot be seen without the microscope. Yes. For example, if I say take one cell from your skin, from your hand, from your finger or from your face, you cannot take it out and hold that cell in your hands, and you can't see without microscope. Yes, so this, which means that unicellular organisms are those organisms which cannot be seen with naked eyes. Okay, but multicellular organisms, for example human beings, those individuals can be seen with the naked eye. And let me tell you, these are not only human beings which can be seen through naked eye. Okay, the individuals like birds, the plants also. Yes, plants are also multicellular organisms. I will write it down here. Plants, human beings, birds, and many kind of, almost all the kind of animals, okay, which are not made up of single cell, they can be seen with naked eye. Okay, so here I hope you all have understood about the difference between unicellular and multicellular organisms. Okay, you can write this definition the same way I have told you earlier. The organisms which are made up of a single cell are unicellular organisms. The organisms which are made up of many cells or more than one cell are known as multicellular organisms, and I have already given the examples. Okay, I hope it is clear now. Now let me proceed with the topic now. As I already told you, the group of cells are known as tissues, but this definition, group of cells, is incomplete. Why so? I'll tell you. So yes, tissues, as I told, are a group of cells which are present together to perform a specific function. Okay, so this is basically somewhat complete definition of tissues. Tissues are group of cells, means cluster of cells which when they join together they form tissues. Okay, but one more thing, they are present together at a single place, they function together, means they have a specific function. For example, if there is a cell like this, I am making a cell, so there is a group of cells. For example, these are the cells that are helping in digestion. Let us say, I am just taking an example, okay, digestion. For example, there is a different group of cells which are helping in excretion. Okay, so there is a different group of cells which are helping in circulation. Means there are different group of cells present all over our body. Okay, I am taking examples of human beings only because we know ourselves the best. Okay, so a different group of cells, when they combine together and perform a specific function, they are then considered as tissues. Okay, for example, this is a tissue for circulation, okay, which will make a specific organ. Now I will tell you that also. So this is a group of cells which is helping in excretion. This is a group of cells which is helping in digestion, means this is a tissue, this is a tissue, this is a tissue. Okay, so as I told you that these tissues are group of cells, means tissues are made up of cells only. One more thing I would like to tell you now. As I already told, cells are basic structural and functional unit of living organisms. Structural means which are present to give a structure to an organism, and though that structure will perform a specific function. Means basic unit is cell only. Okay, the smallest unit is cell only. So starting with the cell, okay, a cell when combined with the other cells, listen carefully, a cell when combined with other cells, it forms a tissue. Okay, so I am writing tissue. Cell gets together to perform a specific function, then it forms a tissue. Now when different tissues they combine together, okay, when different kinds of tissues they combine together, they come together, they exist together and they perform a specific function, it forms an organ. Okay, any organ. Let it we can say the brain, our heart, our stomach, okay, our hands, our fingers, okay, our legs, anything. Okay, it can be internal organ as well, it can be external organ as well. Okay, so cells they combine together to form tissues, and these tissues combine together to form organ. I'll give you one more example after that. After this, organs they combine together to perform specific functions and they will form an organ system. Now different organ system, this is a very interesting topic. Different organ systems, they get together, they combine together and they form a complete organism. Okay, I am repeating it again with an example now. Let us say there is a cell which is present in our kidneys. Okay, the cells I am starting with the cell only. Okay, cell which is present in kidneys or different types of cells, they combine together to perform a specific function, means different cells have combined together, and I am talking about kidneys right now. Okay, so different the cell which is present in kidneys is known as nephron. Okay, the cells which are present in the kidneys are known as nephrons. Okay, kidneys, let me tell you, it is an excretory organ in humans. Okay, so cells means nephrons, they will combine together, okay, and they will perform different tissues. Means there is like this, different cells will get together and will form one tissue. Different cells means different nephrons will get together and form a different tissue. Different cells are forming a different tissue. Now let us say tissue number 1, 2 and 3 and many more, they will join together now. Okay, they will form an organ. Means one cell and second cell, third, fourth, and these many cells, they form first tissue. These many cells, they formed second tissue. These many cells, they lead to the formation of the third tissue. And now all these three tissues will combine and will form a particular organ. Okay, so after this there will be a formation of kidneys. So there are two kidneys present in our body, okay, or a pair of kidneys is present in a body, and now we will say this kidney which is formed is the organ. Okay, so an organ is formed with the help of cells. Okay, cells, they combine to form tissues and these tissues combine to form kidneys, means an organ. Now the same way these kidneys, the way by which these kidneys are formed, this is how the different organs of our body are formed. Okay, if I talk about excretory system now, there are two kidneys present and these two kidneys have ureters. Okay, like this. Let me tell you now, there are two kidneys present like this, kidney. Left kidney is slightly upwards than this right kidney. Okay, so these kidneys, there are two kidneys present. Okay, I will write here kidneys. Then have ureters which are coming out of these kidneys. Okay, ureters are formed and these ureters, they again are an organ. Ureters are also an organ, means these pipe-like structures which are emerging from both the kidneys are ureters. Okay, these are also organs. When these ureters, they come out of the kidneys, they enter into a bladder which is known as urinary bladder. Okay, this is a urinary bladder. Okay, these two are ureters. These two are kidneys. Okay, and this is anus. So this is what? Human excretory system. Okay children, so this is how kidneys are formed. Similarly, cells, different cells will combine, different tissues will be formed, and this is how ureters formation will take place. After this, bladder is also formed, means urinary bladder is also formed. These are also formed with the help of now tissues, and this is anus now. This is how cells lead to the formation of tissues, different tissues lead to formation of different organs, and these different organs, when they combine, formed an organ system which is excretory system. Okay, and similarly all the organ systems in a human body are formed. Let me tell you, nervous system which involves brain, spinal cord and nerves. Okay, this system is also formed the same way. Then we have circulatory system which is heart, which has heart, blood vessels, blood cells. Okay, all these organs, they constitute and form circulatory system, and this is how excretory system is formed. Reproductive systems are formed in human individuals. So this is how, when all the systems, they come together and they form a single individual. Okay, we individuals, we all are human beings, right? So we have different, ऐसा तो नहीं है, it is not like that, right, that we may have one or more organ systems, or we may not have any of the organ systems, right? We all have the same types of organ systems present in us. Okay, we all have excretory system in us, we all have nervous system, we all have reproductive system, we all have circulatory system, etc., digestive system and all, right? So this is how a complete organism is formed. I hope it is clear to you all, right? So I will summarize here the introduction. The cells, they combine together to form tissues. Tissues will combine together to form organs. Organs will combine together to form the different organ systems in a body. And these different organ systems, they come together and form a complete organism. Okay. So basically tissues definition you can now write down properly, I hope. Yes, they are the group of cells which come together to perform a specific function. So take 2 minutes, note it down and revise once, then I will continue with the topic. I hope you have noted it down and understood what I have explained till now. Okay. So a question arises in our mind whether all the living organisms are made up of same kind of tissues. As I have told, the tissues make up the living bodies, right? So are the living organisms, if I say plants and animals both, okay, are they made up of same kinds of tissues? Are plants and animals made up of same kinds of tissues? What do you think? We are also living in multicellular. Plants are also living in multicellular. Okay. Then are both of us made up of same kinds of tissues or not? So there are remarkable differences between human beings or animals. Basically I am talking about animals here, means humans and animals both, right? Humans are also considered as animals only, right? So there are remarkable differences between plants and animals. Okay, if I talk about animals, they have different kinds of growth pattern and plants have different kinds of growth pattern. Okay, plants they have their growth is basically restricted to their specific organs, means some of the organs of plants will grow indefinitely, means throughout their life their stem will increase continuously, some of the plants, right? But if I talk about animals, their growth is limited. Yes, plants growth is not limited, it is unlimited basically, depending upon the different kinds of plants, okay? But animals growth is limited. If I say human beings, if a human, when a human is born, it grows, right? A human body grows. It will grow till it's till a specific age, right? Its hormones will work till a specific age for growth, okay? For example, if you are in class 9, okay, your height is has attained, you have attained a specific height basically, right? If you will continue, for example, you are in grade 10, then 11, then 12, then you go to college, universities and all, then your height will grow but to a certain limit. Okay, you, for example, you are growing right now, and when you will go till the age 20, 25, 30, you will not keep growing, right? Your growth will stop to a certain limit. So basically plants, there is something like different from us. And if we talk not only about humans, it is like this, it is about different animals as well. Any insect also, for example, we are talking about a cockroach, we are talking about a frog, which is an amphibian, or we are talking about crocodile, means all these animals, they have a specific growth pattern, means they will grow up to a certain limit only. Okay, I am not comparing human beings with crocodiles or human beings with cockroaches or frogs, it is about themselves only. Okay, means frogs, they attain a certain growth, okay, and we also, we have a limited growth. But if we talk about plants now, they have a different kind of growth pattern than animals or humans. Okay, so basically different type of tissues are involved in both of us, which leads to the difference in our growth patterns. Okay, fine. So if I ask you, my children, if I ask you that how a body grows, so there are many answers to it. For example, growth hormones are released in us, which leads to our growth. In plants also there are hormonal systems, yes. But if I say that, are cells also responsible for growth? Do cells also grow in size, or do they grow in number? Yes, they do. If I talk about tissues, then tissues are made up of cells only, no? Yes, so they will also grow. So there are different types of tissues present in plants and animals which grow up to a certain limit, or they may be the growth may be unlimited. Okay, here in this video I will let you know about the different types of tissues here. Okay, and in my upcoming videos we will be start with different tissues in animals and plants. Okay, so there are two types of tissues basically. There are meristematic and permanent tissues. If I talk about plants, okay, plants, they have these kind of tissues present in them, okay, meristematic and permanent tissues. What does the word meristematic tissues mean? Meristematic tissues are those, listen carefully, meristematic tissues are those which keep on dividing throughout their lives. Okay, meristematic tissues are those which keep on dividing throughout their lives. Now you may get surprised to know that what is this? Do they keep on dividing throughout their lives? Means till death these cells grow, divide. Yes, it happens so. Okay, for example, there is a cell. Okay, for example, there is a cell which will keep on dividing like this. A cell will grow in size, it will get divided, it will get broken into two parts, then these cells will grow and will get broken, and this is how the cells will keep on dividing. Okay, so there are different portions in plant body which basically involves the division. Okay, meristematic cells, they only keep on dividing till death. Okay, if I talk about permanent tissue, permanent, the word is clear, the word has is explaining itself, its meaning. Permanent tissue means which will not change, which are permanent. Okay, division will take place in meristematic tissues, but when these meristematic tissues, means these cells which are continuously dividing throughout their lives, when they will stop dividing, the moment they will stop dividing, they will lead to the formation of permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues, they are themselves converted into permanent only. Permanent tissues are nothing new. Okay, meristematic tissues are converted into permanent tissues the moment they stop dividing. Okay, meristematic tissues, they are the permanent ones only, but if they stop dividing. Okay, so meristematic tissues are those which keeps on dividing throughout their lives, and permanent tissues that do not divide. But what will happen if they will stop dividing? When they will stop dividing now, their growth will increase now. Their size will increase. They will grow in size. Okay, they will not divide, but they will grow in size. The meristematic tissues are not growing in their sizes. They don't grow. They will just divide. And permanent tissues, they don't divide. They will just grow. Okay, means size, the size of the cell will grow like this. They may get elongated. Okay, so this is what meristematic and permanent tissues are. Now this is all about the introductory portion of this chapter. I have slightly started with the plant tissues also. In my next video we will be doing plant tissues, and after that we will be doing animal tissues. So stay connected. Take care everyone. Bye bye.